Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the GGP episode 10. Give it up. 10 episodes. Quality stuff. 10 weeks running. I'm proud of that. We're keeping on track. We haven't missed a week yet, so shouts out to us. I'm here with, of course, BBC, Dirty Bean, Bransky, and everyone's favorite bartender, Albert.
Goose gang.
Yes.
Let's get it, baby.
Welcome, Al.
Yes.
Welcome to the GGP.
Yes. So for everyone who doesn't know Al, we've known each other for a good while. It's been some years.
Couple years.
I met you through Sam, and we would hang out sometimes when we lived on Jefferson Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
And now you are our bartender at Benchwarmers, so we
Yes,
go visit you. Fireball Friday, that's where we go, and Al's our bartender. So it just made sense for Al to be on for the 10th episode, and you know it's gonna be great stuff.
Fuck yeah.
We got a ball smacking great episode for you, ladies and gents that are listening. We got a lot to talk about. We're just gonna dive right into it. We're gonna talk about our weekend. First, started off the weekend. Friday, got off work. You know, I had a big day, right? Connor and I had our big tennis match that we were talking about last episode, and let's just do a little recap from, you know, the tennis match. Connor said, well, before the tennis match, Connor said, what did you say, Connor? What did you say?
Well, I mean, I was just super confident.
Right.
You know, so
I don't even know if super confident's the word. You said I had absolutely no shot.
Right.
It was 100% certainty, and Connor said that you had no fucking shot.
Yeah, you used the G word.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did use the G word.
Trenton said, I saw probably the funniest Snapchat message. He sent, he sent Connor a message and said, say the G word. And that is guarantee. So Connor said guarantee. And Trenton was more than happy to show us right after that match.
So, get off work, get home. I'm mentally preparing for my match. So we played six games. How's it work? Six games.
It was a 6-game 1-set match.
Yeah.
My
so
man
first one,
don't even know
No,
how to play.
I've never played tennis.
Yeah, I know it. But listen,
That's a very good point, Al. Zach
it's
does
so
not know the
hard
rules
to
completely.
play. It's so hard to play against somebody that like just kind of pushes the ball back across, and like the ball wasn't bouncing. So like, you know, I couldn't get underneath the ball for top spin. I know it was tough. It was tough.
So
pretty much he's saying that if you were better, he would have whooped your ass, but because you suck, he couldn't beat you?
you know, I think that's what he's saying.
I think it would have been easier for both of us to play more evenly and a little more competitively if we were both legitimately like hitting the ball and like rallying a little more.
Sure.
You know,
I mean, I cannot disagree. Again, my fundamentals for tennis are absolute garbage. I hold the tennis racket completely wrong.
Like it's a ping pong.
That just tells me he didn't waste time with volleying.
So
he went straight for the points.
So just a little background. We did videotape the whole entire game. We're going to put it on YouTube. Ben and Brant commentated. We'll play a clip in a little bit of the post-game interview, but I just want to give some talk about it a little bit. So the game started off. I won the first set. Connor served. First game. I won the first game mainly off of Connor's faults. He was not serving very well. And then I go down 3-1, right? I'm down 3-1. And I'm not going to lie, I wasn't nervous, but I was like, you know what? Like, this might get it out of hand quick, right? Then I went 5 unanswered. 5 unanswered games. Connor says I wasn't in his head, but you know, that's for you guys to determine once you watch the video and all that.
And just like the Warriors, Connor blew a 3-1 lead. I just got to point that out.
I did.
Connor, I do have something that I want to show you that I have here. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
What is this?
The Shiba.
What the fuck is
What are you
this?
doing?
He's doing construction down here. Do you need help, buddy?
He's building it.
Do you need help?
You really stuffed it in there.
Don't look, Connie.
Connor, keep your head up.
It's the anticipation's killing me.
Oh my God, what the fuck?
And the table is broken.
Oh my God.
Connor, so this is the racket that I went. Does this bring? You want to hold it? Does it bring back bad memories?
So
Does
this
it
is
feel
how
like
Zach held the racket. This is how he held it.
show the people real quick.
Hey, like I told Turner, it does not have to look pretty. Okay, I got the
A
W.
win's a win.
A win is a fucking win, and Connor now has to wear a dress on one of the podcasts.
On a future episode.
We will figure it out, but he's
I
gonna.
just want to be in the audience for that.
Yeah, he's gonna look real damn pretty, and I am excited about that. So, okay, so well, do we want to play the post game interview real quick since we're on the tennis?
Yeah, might as well hear.
All right,
the
so let's play.
celebration.
We got the audio for you guys, so let's play it.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
There goes the game!
And Zach runs over with the chest bump. What do we have here?
I fucking told you.
What do we
I
have
fucking told
going
you.
here? Zach, what do you think,
Post game
Daylight? What do
interview.
you
Get in
think?
here, chap. Get in
What
here,
do you
chap.
think?
We need you. Get in the camera. So, first of all, I want to say that was a spectacular performance from you.
Thank you.
What do you? Oh, go give the man a handshake.
We forgot the most important part.
I didn't shake his hand at the end. I blacked out with excitement.
And Connor is not letting
All right,
him
get back
away
over here
without
for
it.
the interview.
was not.
We
All right,
we
like I
with the
said
winner
before,
first.
that was a spectacular performance from the lad. He was the underdog, plus 400 odds. What do you have to say?
I would like to apologize for not shaking Connor's hand after the match. I was too excited. I blacked out with excitement,
Very understandable.
as I've done before. But overall, it was a good match. I knew he was underestimating me. I knew I'd come out and I'd win. It's just it. I've been saying it all along. It was a pleasure, though.
Thank you, Zach.
Good
It was
stuff,
absolutely electric.
Good
We
stuff.
love it, buddy. We love it.
Good stuff.
Okay, now, I normally don't like to interview a fighter when he's down, but Connor, you got to get over here, buddy.
Yes, we need.
It's your
we
time
need
to
the
shine.
interview from the Connie.
Taking the walk of shame. Second place in the tournament, but number one in our hearts. Okay.
All right, Connie. That was a great match we had there. Obviously underestimated him a little bit. But here. Okay, I like that.
Oh, I definitely did.
So, what do you have to say about the match?
I thought you played really well. I can't serve to save my goddamn life.
I mean, when's the last time you played tennis?
Well, I have not played tennis since probably close to a year.
Wow. Well, do you think that was a big reason why?
Oh, well, I mean, absolutely.
Well, yes.
But it's also hard playing, like, down level.
Yeah, I know. what
Like
you're
a
saying.
lower level.
Here we
Because, like,
go.
the serving.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
the serving's just,
I
like,
see what you're saying.
well, no, I'm not saying he's trash. I'm just saying he's definitely lower level. Like, serving,
yeah.
not hitting any pace on the ball, so it's hard to, like, yeah, pretty much.
I feel it.
I definitely want a rematch.
Ooh, we need the rematch.
Yeah, warmer weather, maybe under the sunlight.
Sunlight. Everybody get some training in,
Maybe
maybe?
sometime during the spring. I need to work on my cardio a little bit. I'm a little exhausted.
Oh,
But I thought this, first of all, was a great match, great game. I think it was great
it was
content
It was
for
fun to
us.
watch. It's fun to watch.
I think we need to do stuff like this a little more often.
I agree.
I think it's super fun. It's most energy I've exerted in
You sound so
probably
tired.
close to a
Dude,
year.
I was exhausted after
yeah, so, I mean, it
after
was
just
great.
the
There's one
45
question I
minutes I
have
was
to ask.
playing that match.
Are you excited to wear a skirt?
I'll rock it. I don't care.
You're going to rock the shit out of it, brother.
You're talking about wearing a skirt.
No draws.
Let's go for the Aussie Open, baby.
All right,
Let's go, Roger.
Take back over.
I think they close it out. Or is that it?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
First words out of his mouth was rematch. Spoken like a true
Oh
loser.
yes. oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So since we're still on that topic, I think that us in the gang are going to start doing more sports-related events for punishments. The two that we have here are, we were talking about doing mini golf tournament, which I think is everyone. It's like a fair
Absolutely.
or fair play for everyone.
I think that's like the fairest thing we could honestly do.
yes.
If we're really gonna do like a challenge against each other, that's a good one.
Me and my buddies used to bet on putt-putt.
Putt-putt's great.
Dollar
for
hole.
that.
Look, you know,
Oh yeah.
you think putt-putt just for wearing a skirt is pressure, but, you know, you double up money and you're on hole 18
Oh God.
and you're going for $250. That's pressure, man.
That is
That's
fucking pressure.
Two
You
over
got a
that.
windmill there.
Oh my
I'm a
God.
fucking
You got
snap
a
off one of
fucking
those
windmill
things.
there. You got a clown. The Happy Gilmore.
Why did you put your club right through the dinosaur's head? Like, look, bitch, I had $250 and he ate my ball.
You think it's funny, clown?
You're gonna die, clown.
You're gonna die, clown. So yeah, we'll keep you updated on the sports events. But the other one we were thinking is maybe spike ball. That'll be a good one. And we also said ping pong.
Oh my
I
god.
know you don't play ping pong, Brand, but
Connor and I would wax you and Ben in spike ball though.
that is absolute. You're
know
absurd
that's
for
not
that. You are
For-
absolutely absurd.
Zach,
You know what spike ball
I was
is?
about to say, for those of us like myself, what the hell is spike
Okay,
ball?
so spike ball is a new game that came out, I don't know, like 5 years ago. I don't know. It's relatively new. And so basically it's like the same terms as like volleyball, right?
And Foursquare.
And Foursquare. So it's
Oh,
it's
I've seen this.
Yeah, with
2v2
yeah,
and
it's
it's
like
like
a little
a mini
trampoline. Yeah, I've
trampoline
seen
with a
it.
mini ball.
Yeah,
And like you
gotta
get
hit
3
it up,
hits
yeah,
and
out.
then you hit it into the
Yeah.
net and it goes to the other team. It's a 2v2 game. It's absolutely fun to play.
I've seen that. Don't
Um,
they play that like colleges now?
Yeah.
don't
Oh,
they?
It is a
Yeah,
professional
yeah.
sport now
Yep.
for sure.
That's crazy.
And the
I follow
clips-
the spike ball page, and like they have tournaments all over the country.
And the-
all over the country.
And some of those clips are like absolutely insane.
I think
like, those kids are
Oklahoma.
out there.
Yeah, Oklahoma was like the national champions in spike ball this year, or something
Yeah,
like that.
that's
That's kinda
fucking
cool.
rad.
That's electric.
That's a good sport. So we'll figure out some more games, but
Zach,
Excuse me.
do you do you remember last night? You and Ben guaranteed that you would beat me and Trent in doubles tennis.
mm,
Do you-
oh
do you
yes,
remember
I do
talking about
remember
that?
that. I don't know if I used the G word
Well,
as you
maybe
did.
but
But I
still say I think we're gonna win.
absolutely bet. Like I told you yesterday,
Oh yeah.
Ben and I's chemistry is unparalleled with anyone else. You know, not in a gay way either. That came out a little.
I'm
gay,
sure
but
that helps.
it does. It does. It would.
They have a
but-
real connection.
We have a great connection. But yeah, I mean, Connor, I just beat you on the tennis court, 5 unanswered. I ain't worried about Trent either, so we can make that happen.
that's we're definitely gonna make that happen.
And also for the people that are listening, the match we played Friday, it was like 20 degrees outside. So I mean, it was fucking frigid.
Yeah,
That's
it
what I was about
was-
to bring up. We left that out. The fact that we were over on the side, like I could barely move. My toes fucking hurt.
Yeah.
Like bro, I could not feel those bitches on my body.
And I will say, like, you know, you usually don't play tennis in the fucking cold, so you know what I mean. But you know, we both were out there, used
Pussies
same
don't.
balls, all that. It was a fair match,
Men do.
and it was a good match, and it was a pleasure.
It was great.
It was good
great.
stuff. It was good stuff. All right. So moving on with that. After the match, we went to Fireball Friday, of course, as we always do, which was a great time. Brandon had to work, of course. And yeah, fucking gay. But we had a great time. Al always supports us there. We always drink like a crazy amount of Fireball shots. I like to hit the punching bag a couple times. I was so drunk in there that I played every fucking game they had there. I was fucking playing the punching bag. I was playing basketball. I played the fucking stacker game that you can't. It's impossible to win on.
I swear it's rigged.
You
get
can't
to that last
win.
line every time, and I
My
swear
brother-
I stop it and beep, dreams fade
My
fast.
brothers won an iPod Touch.
I was gonna say I
I
had a
I
friend that
do
won a
remember that.
PSP.
Yeah, it's like
At
it
Glory
is
Days,
rigged, but
actually.
yeah,
That's
people
definitely
do
rigged.
win. People do win. But Fireball Friday was awesome. So was it Saturday?
It was Saturday.
Okay. So we're moving to the next day.
I know what you're talking about.
So Brant worked from 9 to 1. Was it supposed to be?
No,
or
it's supposed to
1
be 8:30 to 7.
8:30 to 7
8:30 to
Saturday
7.
because you
Yep.
work all day.
Yep.
Okay, so Brant, take it over from there. What happened?
So it's probably about like 5 o'clock. It was like sleeting all day, so it was a little slow. So our manager calls us over and he's like, "All right, guys, like, you know, I'm gonna let some of you go like early, you know." So every once in a while, they were gonna like do like a number game, like pretty much every 30 minutes they'd let another person go. So this is the very first one. So he calls us over, whatever. We're going around. He's like, "All right, 1 to 100. You say a number, like whoever's the closest after. If no one gets the number, gets to go home." So he goes around, like 5 people say numbers. They're like 27, 71, this and that, whatever. I'm like, there's no way that I'm not gonna be close. So I just joked around. I'm like, I just look right at him. He gets to me. I'm like, 69, boss, 69. He looks at me. He's like, "You some bitch." He's like, "There's no way you guessed it, whatever." So he sent me out of there. So then I got to leave for just pretty much just my immaturity got me off of work. And then I'm driving home, and like there's 2 cars next to each other, and like for some reason like they were going 5 under. So like finally the car on the right got up ahead a little bit. So I went around the car in front of me and got in front of the car that was in the left lane. And like I would probably say a good like 150 feet ahead of him. I see him just hauling ass to get up behind me. So I'm like, what the fuck does this guy want? Eventually he gets in the right lane, goes around me, cuts me off, slams on his brakes a couple times. I'm like, what's this dude's issue? I didn't even care that much. So we get up to the red light, right by Walmart.
So was he in front of you?
He was in front of me at this point. So
So
like
what,
that's
what
things
car
like-
was he driving?
It was like a Toyota, like one of those like Toyota Highlanders, but it was like a couple years older.
Okay.
But so this guy, like, I'm like, dude, like, so I don't even care that much. Like, I was looking down at my phone, and I look up, and I see his doors open. So I'm like, fuck, man, I just got off work early. It's going to be such a good night. I'm supposed to go watch the fight. I was like, I really don't want to do this. And when I say the next thing that happened, it was the greatest thing that I could have ever possibly seen. This dude fucking swings his legs looking like he's a little kid hopping out. And, like, the car's not even that high off the ground, and you could tell he, like, boosted himself out just to jump out. So at this point, I'm like, this is the best fucking case scenario. Because if someone pops open the door on me, I'm thinking this is a big guy. Like, he's going to whoop my ass. This dude walks up to me about 5'6", 5'7", and he's just standing there yelling at me. He's like, you could have killed me and my fucking kids. I was like, that sucks. Like, sorry to hear that. I don't know what to tell you. He's like, I'll punch right through your motherfucking window. So that's when I hop out of the car. And he starts slowly backing away a little bit. And, like, I was just like, you sure you want to do that in front of your kid? You sure you want your kid to see this? And he's like yelling, blah, blah. He could have killed me, my wife, and my kids, all that shit. And I was just like, at this point, I'm laughing. I'm like, first of all, this guy's 5'6". He's not punching me. He's an angry little elf. And then he just got back in his car all of a sudden while I'm talking to him. I'm ready to go. He hops in his car and just speeds through the red light. Doesn't even wait for it to turn green. Just hauls ass out of there. And I was just stuck standing outside of my car and everyone looking at me.
What an angry elf. And he was probably, that's just West Virginia's finest right there.
He was from Maryland.
Oh, he had Maryland
Of course.
tags?
And so I was like,
Okay.
yeah, he's definitely probably like a Brunswick guy or something like that.
Fucking
Hey,
pussy.
hey. That was my first landing spot out here was Brunswick.
Hills,
Whores, and liquor stores, baby.
Fuck yeah.
I love it.
That's the saying.
So where are you from, Al?
Beaumont, Texas.
Beaumont,
Beaumont,
Texas.
Texas.
Big money, Texas, baby.
And how did you make it up?
So
this beautiful
I
state.
I was in Shreveport, Louisiana, coaching minor league basketball, semi-pro ball, the ABA, red, white, blue basketball, Will Ferrell movie.
Yeah, semi-pro. One of the greatest movies ever.
We didn't wrestle bears at halftime, but same
ELE.
league.
Everybody loves
And,
everybody.
The Flint Tropics.
They made some budget cuts. That mean a few assistants go, and part of my pay was housing. So when you get let go, got to get the fuck out.
How long were you
So,
doing that for?
I did that for 3 years.
That's a pretty cool gig,
I got
honestly.
3 national championships.
For real? Do you get a ring for
5-0.
that?
Oh, I got 3 of them.
You're
That's dope
kidding.
as fuck.
Yeah.
That's dope as fuck.
That
man.
is
Yeah,
so
man.
dope.
Yeah, man. 5-0 head coaching record
That's awesome.
on there. So, yeah, man. And my good buddy I grew up with moved out to Brunswick and said, hey, man, it's beautiful. You won't have a problem finding a job. So I said, screw it. Packed up the car, drove cross country, lived in a tent for 3 months, and till I found an apartment. Here we are now.
That's
Fuck
lit as
yeah,
fuck,
dude.
man.
That's
Yeah,
a,
man.
That's a
it
great
was
story.
awesome.
So
I
it would
worked
be
for
super
days
cool.
from that place.
I say it would be kind of cool to be able to move around, just to kind of see different parts of the country, kind of do different jobs.
Man, home isn't going anywhere. You can always go back home.
Never
Home,
even thought
I
about
mean,
it like
home is
that.
what you make it too. Like,
I'm away. I'm married.
Dude, you like seeing homos naked? That's cool, man.
but yeah, that's awesome, man.
Here I am.
I've always wanted to like live, like I would like to move across country. Like I've done a lot of traveling, but I've never like permanently lived like very far from this area, and it's something I wanted to do. I don't know if I'll do it in the near future, but
Pull the trigger, man.
that's really it. It's all about just pulling the trigger.
Yeah.
Like, did you just say fuck it, man?
Yeah.
I'm out.
Well, I knew I didn't want to go back home.
Yeah.
I felt like I love my hometown, love my friends, love my family, but I felt like I got everything I could get out of there as far as like growing as an individual. And so I said, screw it. Here's my opportunity. Let's do it.
Right on.
Gotta
Yeah.
grab
That's
life by
fucking
the
awesome.
balls.
So how
Exactly.
do you feel about West Virginia?
I love it, man.
Yeah?
It's different.
Definitely different.
I've never been around so many white people. So my hometown, there's 115,000 people. Where I was coaching, there's 500,000 people. And I move here, I'm like, where the fuck are the people?
I don't even know what our population is.
It's like 1,500 in the county, probably.
Oh
I don't
yeah,
know.
I mean if that. Yeah.
That's funny.
But I mean, it's beautiful. Where I'm from, it's below sea level.
Yeah.
Right there in Louisiana, Texas border. And
Probably fucking humid as a motherfucker.
Oh,
out there.
100 degrees, 100% humidity every day, 45 minutes from the Gulf Coast. So don't miss that.
Yeah.
And but I mean, I love it, man. I've met some great people. Goose Gang,
What's up?
Heck yeah.
I love it out here. I have no regrets. No
That's
regrets.
awesome.
That's awesome.
So
man.
how long have you been
Here?
in Brunswick and West Virginia?
Well, I spent the 3 months in Brunswick, and I was struggling to find a place to rent, and I had to get a tooth pulled. And the assistant, their grandparents owned an apartment complex. It was 6 apartments.
What a
They had
small
one
fucking
opening.
world.
Yeah,
Wow.
man. So that's how I
Crazy.
got it.
That was
If
like
not, I'd maybe still be in the car at the campground.
Getting a tooth pulled and then finding
Yeah.
a place
That's
to
like
live.
a blessing in disguise.
It was.
honestly.
It really was. And that was going almost 4 years. August will be 4 years. So
Awesome.
here I am.
All right.
Sick.
Here I am.
All right, right on.
Look out, world.
Look out, world. Al's here. All right, well, let's go back to the weekend then. So, boom, Brant yelling at this angry elf, whatever, and then we all meet up at our house and we get the fight. Al, I know you watched the
headed
fight
back
as
to the
well,
North
so
Pole.
we're gonna talk about it. Honestly, I got too drunk where I was like, I didn't even really watch the prelims. Like I was just drinking, I was socializing. Usually, like Ben fucking was hammered, like a dirty bean does. Bob was there, but he wasn't. You know what I mean? He was like,
I got a good story.
I mean,
to
I
tell
never
when we get
completely,
to,
I never blacked out. I remember everything.
It was a
I-
brown out
but I
night.
was-
it was like right
I
before
was
the
just-
McGregor fight. He was
I
laying
was
on the
so
couch,
hammered.
like eyes
Like,
closed.
Yeah, like I needed to take like a 5-minute nap before the McGregor fight. So
Too bad
everyone's
you
just,
missed the whole fight.
everyone's
Yeah.
just, I know,
Seriously.
I was up for it.
So-
Yeah, I was just chilling in the family room. Everybody else sitting there watching the fight. I took a little snooze real quick. Woke up when the fight came on.
At one point, I
was
looked
ready.
over. Ben was like holding a pillow, and the pillow was on his lap, and his head was just scrunched down. His chin was just on the pillow, and his eyes were like kind of
I
open,
look
but
comfy.
kind of closed. I was like, "Hey Ben," he's like, "Huh?" I was like, "I think you just won money, man." He's like, "That's awesome."
No, I watched the whole fight.
Well, we did have a handle of Crown, and then we got another bottle of Crown, a normal size, 750, and we drank all of it.
And Trent
But there
had
was-
the Trent
And
had
Trent
the
had
proper
12. We had beer. We actually you brought the Bud Light seltzers.
Ugh.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Oh.
whoa,
So,
whoa,
I gotta-
whoa, whoa.
Hunter brought the Bud Light
Hunter
seltzers.
brought the Bud Light seltzers.
I
Excuse
got a
me?
question.
Yeah,
Do
drink
y'all
them.
like the proper 12?
Yes.
I did try it.
It's honestly not bad, and it kind of goes down a little smooth.
That's
it,
what
I'll
I was
say-
really
shocked how
does.
smooth it was.
I'll
honestly.
say, out of 10 people who get it at the bar,
Mhm.
2 like it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
I mean,
not a lot of people like it.
It definitely probably wouldn't be my go-to shot to
Gotcha.
like take at a bar.
Gotcha.
Um,
It was half off
but-
for the fight.
oh, was it?
Oh, okay, so there it is.
When I go
man.
to
I asked you last week if there are any specials, and you said no.
I didn't know about that special at the
okay.
time. Man, I just show up, I push
I
the
know,
buttons
I
and
know.
pour the drinks, man. I don't know.
Get off my
don't
fucking
know.
ass, Connor.
when it comes to Irish whiskey though, I will say I'm more of a Jameson guy for sure over
I
proper
don't
12.
take a shot of Jameson.
It's okay.
I'm not
Not straight. I
Drop
have
some
to use a
picklebacks?
chaser.
Oh,
Picklebacks are pretty
picklebacks,
solid. You don't like pickles?
Well,
I hate
small
pickles.
story time. yeah.
Okay.
I was like 19. I used to work at a pizza place. And like an hour before I got off, and one of my nicknames is the human garbage disposal. And so they were daring me to take shots of the strawberry puree, whatever you put on the cheesecake. So I took a couple ramekins of that. I'm like, that ain't shit. What y'all really got? And so he comes with a pitcher of pickle juice, my manager, and he's like, you got an hour to drink this. I'm like, all right, I got this. And
How much?
pitcher.
Oh,
like
pitcher.
a pitcher of beer we have at the
Yeah,
bar. same
but just
size.
pickle juice.
Straight pickle juice.
Okay.
So I
I don't know if I
flashbacks.
could do that.
I got down to the pitcher was empty, my last pint, and the strawberry puree came out.
Oh,
Pickle juice. I mean,
yeah.
I was shitting, throwing up pickle juice, sweating pickle juice. So I can't do picklebacks because it just takes me back and it's bad thing.
Yeah, I can imagine. That
And
would
that's how I
really
feel
hate
about like UV or something. Not like,
Mm.
but pickle juice is actually pretty good for you, I think.
I think it's
Yeah,
so
not
fun.
a whole pitcher.
No.
Going around
I
the circle
agreed with
like,
that.
man, what's
Agreed
the
with
one
that.
drink that gets you? Everyone's like, Fireball, Jaeger. It's like, man, pickle juice.
man. Jesus Christ.
That's some
Drink in
bitch.
moderation.
But do you like pickles though? Still
Love pickles.
love pickles? Or just the pickle
pickle
juice? I mean, that would fuck anyone up. That would fuck me up, dude.
Yeah, well. I would have done it if it wasn't for the strawberry.
Okay.
You know, without
Yeah.
the strawberry, I got it.
I mean, it sounds
It's
like
such a-
mixing a
probably
strawberry.
taking picklebacks every day.
Oh, man,
Yeah.
that's such like
You
an
know, but-
inconsistent, like, because like the
human
puree's so thick,
garbage
and then the other one's
disposal.
just like water.
Yeah.
It's just like oil and water just sitting
Yeah.
on top of each other in the stomach.
Oh
they
my
mix
God.
and
It's just
Hey,
like
let me
drinking
just say
milk or
this:
something.
pickle juice is the same way going out as it is going in.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of corn in your poop, you had little seeds.
Yeah.
Another pickle seed.
Damn. All right. So the fight though.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I said, the
fight.
prelims I don't really remember. Even like the main cards, like I watched the Holly Holmes fight, but it went the distance, and she
Did you guys see Joe Dirt fighting last night? By
Dude,
the way,
Oh
Tim
my
Elliott.
God, yes.
Askarov or Askarov.
he's just getting rocked and laughing.
At one point, he completely dropped his hands. It was just taking blows, and it was so funny. Every time he whipped his hair, his mullet would just flow so perfectly around his head.
It's got to be the haircut.
It's gotta be the hair.
But yeah, I mean, I remember sitting in the kitchen and they were like, now in the red corner or whatever, Askarov. And I was like, what kind of name is that? Like that guy.
His first name and his last name are the exact same, and his last name just has an OV at the end.
He's got lazy ass
Like,
parents.
right.
That's fucking laziness. Like, oh, what should we call him? Asker. Okay.
He will be a champion.
He will fight
I mean, Russians.
any dude with a
Dude, yeah,
mullet
I'm
on the
gonna
face
say
of this earth.
That's what you do. If you're born in Russia or you're Russian, you fight. Like, that's just how it is there.
Yeah, it's either that or die.
How do you think you get out of
Survival
there?
of the, survival
They'll
of
do
the
it.
fittest.
They're doing anything they can to get the fuck out of Russia. So getting punched isn't that bad.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, so like I said, even I feel like the other the the undercards and even the co-main just weren't even that exciting. To
Well,
be
the first
honest.
3 fights were just submissions. They all ended in submissions. So I mean, there weren't really wasn't too much action really going on. It
Yeah.
just but
Nothing like 245
Yeah.
that we watched. That
Oh,
was a bloodfest.
Macy
Dude. People
Barber.
were getting knocked out and shit.
the
Well,
Macy
and-
Barber
and that,
fight though.
and that one bitch that was bleeding the entire
Oh,
time,
yeah.
and then the other
Was
chick.
it that time of the month?
No, she like got.
Yeah, that's Macy Barber and Roxanne Modareff.
Yeah. And was that the same? That wasn't the same
That was
chick
her-
that tore her ACL,
That
right?
was the same chick.
It was
yeah,
the same chick.
Yeah, same one.
In the fight? I didn't see
Yeah,
that.
she tore her ACL in the first round and fought all 3 rounds.
Dude, you know that? So Roxanne, she tweeted today or whatever, and because people were asking why the fuck did you not just kick her leg? And she said, I refused to win that way. So I was like,
Respect.
that's why you're never gonna
Alright.
be a champion, though. You gotta fucking sweep the leg,
I don't know.
Maybe
You
she
gotta.
had-
You gotta.
would already
respect
know
it.
she had
That's
the
like
belt.
Karate Kid. You know what I mean? Like,
dude. John Jones, that man's a champion for one reason, because he will do that shit. You're a
well,
fighter,
he's,
bro.
He's probably the best
Fuck
fighter
that.
on the planet. Like,
Yeah, and he'll
That's a
eye
bad
poke. He'll
man.
drop 12-6 elbows. He'll kick you when you're down. He doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, when you're fighting, I agree. If I'm in the octagon, I'll do anything it takes to win. Like, I mean, you're fighting someone.
Very
You know what I
commendable,
mean?
though. I mean,
Yeah.
very commendable that she didn't,
Absolutely.
of course. But
Agreed.
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay, but the fights before the main, it was whatever. But the McGregor fight,
Whew.
wow,
Boys,
wow.
the king is back.
The king is back, dude. Like I told Brant.
God damn.
I mean, he's the fucking savage.
I'll
No.
I
So,
mean, that's like
Al, would you
Rocky Marciano beating 75-year-old Joe Louis. You know
right.
what I mean?
It's his comeback.
I don't want to say. So, Al, I feel like you like UFC considerably, you'd say, right? Yeah.
I do. I'm a fan.
So, I feel like the thing is, the core real UFC fans, they wanted Cowboy to win because they knew what it meant to that guy.
And he's
But-
a Texas guy.
Exactly. He's a good guy,
Yeah.
man. He's an all-around great guy.
He's a fucking American.
But-
He is the
but the
definition
commoners-
of a fucking American.
the commoner UFC fans, of course, they were dick riding.
I'm a McGregor fan. I'm
So-
all for that.
So, like I've said, and I think I talked about this either last podcast or the podcast before. For people that are fans of UFC, Conor McGregor's not that important because most people were already following UFC before. But when Conor started growing in the UFC, when he actually started to grow, and he would taunt and he would create a name
Who the
for
fuck
himself.
is that guy?
I
Right.
mean, he
That's
can
when
promote.
I feel like people like us that don't
Yeah.
follow the fighting.
Well, I followed it.
He's
Okay,
a-
well,
the thing is, like,
okay,
I
well,
see that-
I'll speak for myself and I'll speak for other people that probably don't follow it because I never did. But just the hype that Conor brings to the table and the promoting that he does himself.
Oh, he's the moneymaker.
Right.
I mean, definitely.
And so I think him winning last night, and I said this before, I think it was good for the UFC
Definitely.
Well,
for
it's
him
like
for him to win
100%.
last night.
It's like the necessary evil. Like, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like, all the guys, of course they hate it because there are a lot of them, they've done this for their life. This is, something that's respectable. Like, it's, a respectable thing that
Right.
they do. They do out there with, honor, and they fight with all that shit. Connor's like, I'm here for the fucking bag. I'm
Yeah,
here for the
that's
money.
it.
I don't
Right.
care about anything else. Fuck your feelings.
I don't mind the shit talking. I like the shit talking. I like that.
Yeah.
That adds to the fight, but it just got too WWF for me.
Yeah.
When he's throwing a chair against the bus.
Oh,
It's
right.
like-
Oh,
it's like,
yeah.
Exactly.
It's like, get out of here with that shit.
Agreed. But I will say for this fight, it was a different McGregor.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't talk nearly
Oh,
as
he was
much
definitely
shit.
more humbled this round.
He was
Humble.
locked in.
And
He was
he was
locked
locked in.
in.
He was like exactly. He had a lot to lose if he lost that fight.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that would have ended his career.
Pretty much.
So he was a different fighter, and he came out there, man, and
Well, he's
was
still fighting in pubs over in Ireland, apparently.
Yeah,
Slapping old men around.
Hit that old dude not taking a shot.
The
of proper
crazy thing
12.
was, Cowboy was only like 5 years younger than that guy he slapped around. Probably Cowboy's like
Seriously.
Cowboy's like 61. That guy's 66.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But just to break down the fight, there's not much to break down, but it was a 40-second fight. Connor goes for a Superman punch, misses. They get in a clinch, and he just fucking shoulders Cowboy in the nose. Like, I've never seen anyone throw a shoulder before.
He took a page right
First
out of
for me,
John
too.
Jones.
I
John
mean-
Jones is a master of doing that.
And
I've never seen it.
Connor executed it perfectly.
It looked like it
Process
broke his
the other.
nose.
I think he did.
Yeah, he
Broke
did.
his
He broke
nose.
his nose.
And you
Like
could
the
see
first
when
one.
they got out of the clinch, Cowboy was shook.
So
And then he tried to throw the head kick, and then Connor threw one right back, knocked him fucking clean
that's
down.
what I was gonna say. Is I've seen Connor throw kicks. Connor would always go, but he would throw them more just to try to create distance. And he's just kind of letting him know, like, hey, like I can do this. That was a Muay Thai kick. That was one of the most beautiful kicks I've ever seen. It was just so clean, so
Right on the
quick,
jaw. I
powerful.
mean-
Targeting was incredible.
I mean,
Connor blew my mind, honestly.
I
could
think
not believe it.
Cowboy only got one hit on Connor.
I don't
Yeah.
even know
That-
if he did get a hit.
No,
Okay, it might not have been a clean
he
one.
got hit once.
Okay.
It wasn't clean, yeah. But like what we were saying after the fight last night, Connor could go out and fight tomorrow because he didn't get
Yeah, right.
like he didn't get banged up, he didn't get touched. Like he exerted 40 seconds of energy.
I mean, I think every man at this table could have gone out there and did what Cowboy did. You know?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
very true.
Agreed.
Sign me up.
He still made millions.
Yeah,
Fuck
exactly.
yeah.
So the king is back. So one thing I want to talk about is who's next? Who's next on your guys' opinion, or who would you like to see him fight?
Jorge Masvidal. That is
Agreed.
the
Yeah.
absolute
That
next fight I want
that
to
is
see. 100%.
absolutely who I want him to fight next.
Those guys are they're so entertaining too. Like that press
Dude,
conference between those two
that
guys would be
one, that one
beautiful.
knockout he had.
Oh, Ben Askren. When
Oh,
he, dude,
my
right,
God.
The
straight up-
fastest knockout ever.
and he called it.
It was
they
the fl-
literally
it was the
planned
flying
it.
knee, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
flying
yeah,
knee.
To
yeah,
the
yeah.
fucking side of the head.
Yeah, just a completely. And the thing was like, so the official time I think was like 4 seconds, but he was literally out in the second half because right when that knee connected,
Oh,
he
he's
went to
completely
sleep.
out. Completely
But
out.
then fucking Masvidal just comes down with the fist of God right on his face, dude. And they were like, the funniest part is they were like, was it really necessary to throw those last punches? He just kind of adjusts himself. Super necessary.
Absolutely. I mean, the fight's not over until they
Yep.
pull you off. So,
Yep.
he did his job. But yeah, I totally agree. I would the next fight for McGregor that I would like to see, and I think most people would like to see, is against Masvidal
Yep.
for sure.
And I think it makes sense too because I think Masvidal versus Usman isn't a good matchup. Usman will just wrestle him. And I think Masvidal kind of knows that, so he's like, before I go for the belt, let's make some money.
But do you think
Well,
Conor?
exactly. Didn't he pass up a title shot for the McGregor fight?
Yeah,
if
that's
he
the
won?
thing. Yeah, because they want him to fight Usman for the belt, but I think he's kind of like,
Get that
Usman's-
money, man. Get
Usman's
that
a real
money.
motherfucker. Like he
had-
wrestles everybody. He
I think
manhandles
he
people.
I think he wanted to come in and get that W, and that was like he didn't want to risk, losing.
Yeah.
And he knew that he was going to beat Cowboy.
Yeah, it's it shakes up the UFC so much because it opens up maybe fucking Conor Nate number 3.
But do you
opens
think
up
Conor will stay
Khabib.
in 170, or do you think he'll drop back down?
That's gonna be because I don't even think what did he weigh in at? I think he
They-
might have weighed in
They,
at 170.
they were both 170.
They were both
Yeah.
170. But because it was so like 2 weeks before the fight, I think Conor said he was walking
He-
around at
he
like
was, like-
156, 157 or something
Yeah,
like
he
that,
was
which is,
down like
his
10 or
natural
12
weight.
pounds.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting to see as well. So we'll see. But it was an experience.
He looked quick. He looked big.
He looked good, man. And the one thing I do want to talk about is I had money on him to win the fight, which was even money, up to $20 is like a boosted odds. So that was cash. And then I had a $10 bet for him to have the most significant fights, the most takedowns, and to win the fight. So he knocks him out in 40 seconds.
Yep.
And obviously there was no takedown. So I didn't know if that was going to count as a takedown or if they tied, do I still get the money? So we look at the app. Ben actually had the same exact bet as well. We look at the app right after the fight. Boom, we hit. Cashed in for 170. I have 210 in the account. I was fucking pumped.
Money
High
in the
five.
bank. That's money in the bank.
I'm flexing all over the living room. I'm fucking high-fiving everyone. And then not even 30 minutes later, I look on the app. All the money's gone. It's now a loss. Ben's already fucking laying in his bed because he's so
Yeah, I
hammered.
went to sleep already.
And so I ran up there. I'm like, Ben, you need to get on DraftKings right now and check. And it was a fucking loss.
You would have
So-
thought, like, I don't know.
What?
His best friend just died or something. You
Oh,
running
yeah.
in the room.
I walked in. I was like, dude,
Dude, you got it.
Somebody
Look at
ran
this.
over your dog.
Look at this.
So, but we emailed them and they voided the bet, so we got our $10 back. So I guess that's okay, but it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah,
I will say. I just wanted to bring that up.
200
It's
plus
fucked
in
up.
your account.
Yeah. So
Gambling can be a fickle bitch at times, boys.
it is.
It can
Brand.
give you.
So
It can give you something and take it
Speaking
right
of that,
fucking away.
Dude.
speaking of that, so
Oh, you got one?
yeah, so Brant hasn't had the DraftKings app. He deleted it. Hasn't had it for a while, at least a couple
Yeah,
weeks.
it's been like 2 weeks since I've had DraftKings.
So he
downloaded.
re-downloads it last night because we're all telling him about our bets, and he's like, "Fuck you guys, I'm gonna download it again." Fucking downloads
Well,
it,
because
whatever.
the free bet. So in my head, I was gonna put 20 on McGregor, 20 on Cowboy. If Cowboy wins, I can win $30 out of it. If McGregor wins, I break even.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you hedged it right.
Yeah,
And that-
exactly.
And we totally agree with
Yep.
that. So I come downstairs during the Titans and the Chiefs game,
Yeah.
and right as I walk downstairs, Brant's like, "Fuck!" Like, God damn it! I'm like, "Dude, what's wrong?" He was like flash betting. He was like, "I accidentally put fucking $40 on the fucking Titans to kick a field goal this drive only," and they're like in their like 30, so they're like
Yeah.
charging down the
Yeah.
field.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Dude, it's all right. Like, they get a stop here. Like, you're in field goal range, so like, you know what I mean." Get 3 stops. It's fucking beautiful. I mean,
The thing
they
is, they
lose
got
yards.
Down, it was like because they got down. It was like 1st and 10 from the 12, and then it was 1st and 20 somehow from the 22, and then it was second and 22, and then it was 3rd and 22, and then all they had to do was just stop them. 3rd and 22. That's all they have to do is just stop them. So nice old 10-yard pass. They tackle them. I'm fucking jumping up and down. It's 4th and fucking 12. Let's go. Boom. I see a nice old yellow flag come flying out of the corner of the TV, and a nice old defensive holding gave him a first down.
Yep. Brant said, "This is why I don't bet," and
And
he
then
got up and left.
Derrick
up scoring
Henry,
a touchdown.
yeah, and then Derrick Henry
Yeah.
does what Derrick Henry does.
Mm.
No, that wasn't Derrick Henry that scored. It was the fucking lineman. 'Cause
Oh,
Derrick
yeah.
Henry's not, yeah,
Better.
that's what it
Heaviest
was.
Is that the
lineman
jump
ever.
pass?
Yeah, it was the
Yeah.
fucking pass to the lineman. I was like, are you
Heaviest
kidding
player
me?
to
Yeah, it
ever
was a
score in
play
playoff
action,
history.
and Derrick Henry was in a 3-point stance. There was no fullback, and
Catch a
so it was
pass,
play
not even
action, and they
score.
threw it to a fucking. It was the heaviest guy that's ever caught a touchdown in the
No,
playoffs.
ever caught a pass
Ever caught a pass in
Yeah.
the playoffs?
in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Fucking dick.
he was like 6'8", like almost 300 pounds. He was a fucking massive man.
It's a big guy.
I always
So-
like when the big
I'd
men
fight 'em.
score. It's-
Yeah, it was cool.
it's
Oh,
really
he
good.
was so hyped
What if
too.
that guy would have hopped out of the car at you?
See, that's what I
He
was
would have got
thinking.
right the fuck back in his.
Yeah.
No, I was like, in my mind, I already knew. I'm like, yo, if there's like, before he came home, I'm like, yo, if this dude's huge, I'm just gonna skirt around this motherfucker real quick. But he was so little, I was like, all right, this be good content. And I was like, fuck it, let's see what happens.
Fuck yeah. All right. Well, yeah, betting. Just don't do it. Jesus. Long story short, don't fucking bet.
It was the worst too because it was a complete accident.
Yeah.
I was in the app and had the $40 in there because I was going to bet it on something else, and then I backed out. And normally it logs you out, but for some reason I was still signed in and it fucking placed. So
It happens. I've actually done that before too, but it wasn't $40. So, but
yeah, it's
It
probably
happens.
like $5.
flash betting's a bitch.
Yeah, she is. Fuck her,
I wouldn't.
dirty whore.
Okay, so last thing I want to talk about for the NFL games. So the Chiefs, it was a decent game with the Titans. It wasn't anything crazy, but they were down early, and then the Chiefs came back and they just fucking dominated. And the Titans didn't have an answer for them. So they're going to the Super Bowl, and it now looks like the 49ers are definitely going to the Super Bowl. It is now the start of the fourth quarter. It's 34-13 against the Packers. And they were just absolutely
it.
destroying them. So predictions on the Super Bowl then. Chiefs versus 49ers, I think, is definitely what's locked in. So any predictions, boys?
I'm going with the Chiefs. I feel like
Ooh.
they're red hot.
I will say that, they're the comeback, but I think defense is really going to take a play in it, and I think the 49ers have the best defense in the league, and they're red hot as well. I think the 49ers will win, but I do want the Chiefs to win.
I just think the Chiefs have that magic.
Yeah, that's
in it.
Mahomes is nasty.
what I'm saying. They have a
They'll just
connection on their
make
team
something
too.
happen.
There's
Yeah.
just like something going on in Kansas City.
You
I
can't
agree.
teach speed.
Yeah,
And they're
Tyreek
fast.
Hill.
But that 49ers
Goddamn.
defense is fast, man. Ooh.
So we'll see.
Ben has the game up streaming on his laptop, and I was kind of peeking at it when you guys were talking about the betting and stuff. And it, you know how Zach said it's the beginning of the fourth quarter. There was a stat that Jimmy Garoppolo has not attempted a pass since 2 minutes and 10 seconds left in the second quarter.
Wow.
So he didn't.
Wow.
So he didn't pass the
Jesus.
ball at all in the third quarter.
They didn't have to.
Right,
Yeah.
because
Running that clock out, baby.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm guessing their run offense right now is just clicking.
That man's saving up his energy for the porn stars later, man. He's dated more porn stars than any NFL player ever.
Who?
Jimmy G, bro. He just hopped from porn star to porn star.
Is that true?
Took Gronk's title.
Jimmy G. That's the man right there.
Jimmy G dates porn stars?
Jimmy G needs
MILF
a lot of
porn
porn
stars
stars.
at that.
Yeah, any of them.
Yeah.
But it's so funny too, because it became like a thing on TMZ. It was
He
like,
might be
Jimmy
my favorite
G's-
quarterback now. Honestly, like, that's fucking legendary.
Jimmy G with this porn star. Jimmy G with this porn star. They literally just stopped covering it. They're like, this isn't a story anymore. This is just his life.
That's just another Tuesday.
That's fucking awesome. Shit. There's one thing I did want to talk about regarding back to the McGregor fight. We all saw it. Dan Brazarian.
Yeah.
You know who that is, of course.
The big dude with the beard who
Yeah.
does all the videos.
Yeah, and
shit,
he's
just like
always with
chicks
sexy
everywhere.
bitches.
Yeah.
Exactly. He owns his own fucking weed. Ignite. It's like a CBD company, weed company or whatever. Like, I don't know if he's a billionaire, but it seems like he's a fucking billionaire.
Man's a
He's rich as
gangster.
he's rich as
He's
shit.
loaded. We know that.
So Al, you definitely don't know this then. So I follow him on Snapchat, and he posts a Snapchat. He bet $1 million on the fight last night for Cerrone to win. $1 million, and he was posting like at the teller, like, and had all his money stacked out.
He said, "No pressure, cowboy."
Yeah, no pressure, cowboy. And he had like 3 different snaps of them. Like, it took like at least an hour for them to like count all the
It
money.
was
and,
so
like,
funny.
make the
You
bet.
couldn't see the teller behind the thing because
Yeah,
she just a
just
little slot hole and it's
Stacks
like
of fucking money.
it's like
dude.
$500,000 just like posted up in front of her face, and she's just snatching one at a time through, just counting it.
And your boy fucking, he tweeted right after the fight. What did he say, Connor?
He said, "Oh, the tweet was, haha, shit."
And then he said, like, fastest way to lose $1 million.
Yeah, the fastest way to lose $1 million.
So, fucking, I mean, that ain't shit to him, but Jesus Christ, I mean,
Must be nice.
that's a bold statement, Cotton, for $1 million on Cerrone. But,
it's not the money; it's the pain of the loss.
Yeah.
That's always the worst. Just
and how
when he
quick it
lost.
was. He probably
Yeah.
just, like, looked like it was over. He's like, God damn it.
I mean, he was there in the crowd, so
Oh, definitely was there.
yeah,
There was a lot of athletes there.
unbelievable. The funniest thing, they go, Myles Garrett is sitting right there, and there's like this big thing, and it's Baker Mayfield next to him. So they're like, we have a lot of superstars in the house, blah, blah. Myles Garrett, they skip right over Baker Mayfield and go right to Tom Brady. Like, who's his backup quarterback? Who's this sack of
He
shit?
did have a fresh hat on, though.
He
you
did
see
have a
his
fresh hat, yeah.
It was like a Cam Newton hat.
But it was
Like,
just so funny
fresh.
because like they're like talking to Myles Garrett, and, like no one even really realized at first. Like Baker Mayfield is sitting right fucking there.
Yeah.
He got
Agreed.
no. They went to Nick Carter and they didn't even show Baker Mayfield. Like think about that. They went to the Backstreet Boys.
Oh, poor guy.
That's great.
All right, moving on. Next thing I want to talk about, because it happened Monday. We haven't talked about it since it was the College Football Championship. Which, for you guys that don't know and are fucking weird, it was LSU versus Clemson. On the last podcast.
Go Tigers.
Yeah.
Suck that tiger dick.
Yeah, last
Let's go.
podcast we were I was riding the Clemson train. I wanted them to win. For money purposes, of course, but really just I don't know. I fuck with Trevor Lawrence, and they were definitely the underdogs, so
Sunshine's a bad boy, but
he is.
LSU baby.
Oh, dude,
Dude,
it
BBJ.
was somewhat close in the first quarter, like the first 2 quarters a little bit, and
Well,
then LSU.
Clemson scored the first 14, didn't they? Or they scored
were
at
up
least the
10.
first.
They
They were up 10.
It was
Yeah.
10-0 because it was the first time. No, it was 17-7. It was the first time LSU trailed by 10 all year. Then we just went on like a 35-7.
I mean, just
Yeah. Right.
absolutely destroying the. Who's number 1? What's his name? On LSU.
Oh, you're talking
Oh,
about Jamar Chase?
Jamar Chase,
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
dog.
Sophomore.
And then Thaddeus, fucking Moss, had 2 touchdowns, like a gangster.
He declared for the draft right after it.
The little fucking running back was just dominating. I mean, they were,
Hilaire.
dude, they played absolutely stunning, and they absolutely deserve it.
You know, you just gotta go out there and play better than Clemson. You play better than Clemson, you win the national championship.
He sounds like the guy from fucking Waterboy, the
Yeah.
coach you can't even hear. Like,
Farmer Fran.
Yeah, Farmer Fran. This shit cracks me up every time I hear it.
Shoot him.
Shoot him, Troy. Shoot him.
So that was stellar. But the other thing I want to talk about is
Little
after
swamp people. Swamp people.
Oh yeah, that's where I'm from, man.
swamp
I'm from right
people.
into swamp. I love it.
Down the bayou.
We do everything. We clean the house. We mow the yard. We love you a couple of jaw hunting down there with Joe in the bayou, you know.
Good old Creole.
Uh-huh.
I want to go to Theo Von has made me want to visit Louisiana so much. I don't know if you guys know Theo Von, obviously, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's where he grew up in Louisiana, and it just sounds like such a funny place to grow up. Like all of his stories are just so
But
gold, man.
Northern Louisiana, Southern Louisiana, two different places.
Yeah.
Like Southern Louisiana is its own country. I swear, it is. It's an amazing place. It's awesome. It's awesome.
So like the southern part's like more like the swampy part.
Oh
and
yeah,
all
yeah.
that,
That's
and then like
your
the
Cajun,
northern
your
part.
coon asses down there. That's your Cajuns.
Yeah.
And I mean, like Shreveport, where I coach, is Northern Louisiana. That's
Uh-huh.
just Texas.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it felt like. It didn't feel like Louisiana.
How far were you from like New Orleans?
Where I'm from, my hometown is
Oh,
three and a
both?
half, 3.5,
yeah.
4 hours.
So
down
you've
I-10
been.
there. Oh yeah, I was at the 09 NFC Championship, Vikings Saints. I was there.
That's sick as fuck.
I was there, man.
That's fucking awesome. And
Yeah.
for you guys listening now, as a huge Vikings fan,
Yeah.
die
And
hard.
LSU
Gold.
fan. My uncle
And
played
LSU.
for LSU.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Oh,
that's,
shit, okay.
that's
Yeah,
why
yeah.
I'm not just a bandwagon LSU fan.
No, yeah.
Haters.
Yeah, for
But,
the fucking haters.
Either way, suck his dick. Fuck you.
But yeah, man, those Vikings, bro.
And I was
thought-
also in New Orleans when we played Alabama at the Superdome in that was a couple years ago. It was probably 5-6 years ago, where we didn't cross the 50-yard line to the second half. It was bad. It was bad.
Hey, everyone forgets West Virginia whooped Clemson's ass in a bowl game.
Oh,
Like
it was like 70 like to something, right? It was
Like,
they put up
destroyed them, but that was,
ridiculous
like,
points.
6-7.
Yeah, that was
years
a while.
ago.
Yeah, I think
It
we
was
were
a
probably
while.
still in high school.
But
when
never
that
forget,
happened.
motherfuckers, that fucking happened.
Yeah, don't forget Kansas State either.
What about Kansas State?
Didn't they just beat?
Oh,
literally
yes.
just
I
lost.
want to forget about that.
They
Jesus
literally just
Christ.
lost.
Yeah. Supposedly they
Typical.
played horrible. I didn't watch the game because that was Friday too.
Typical
But we watched the
WVU.
Duke Louisville game. What happened, Connie?
Duke lost. For the
They sure did. They sure
They
did.
lost both games this week. So
That's
It was a
sad.
crazy week
What
in
were we
college
talking about again?
basketball. Like 5 out of the top 6 teams lost or something.
yeah,
So bringing it back
BBGA.
to the college football. So the game was over, and I just feel like I was like, they were showing like Odell like before he went in the locker room. We'll talk about that in a second. But like he was more hyped than the players were. Like he was just
He was blacked out.
he was pushing people around.
He was
He's
fucking blacked out.
had to be blacked out.
I mean, it
he
was-
wasn't just on alcohol.
Dude.
There's no way.
I
Did you guys see when he took the
freaking
megaphone?
out, dude.
He took the
Yeah,
megaphone from the
screaming.
band director.
Yeah.
It was just screaming nonsense. It wasn't even real sentences.
Yeah, I don't
like he
think he was
literally
saying
was
words.
just like, he was just yelling. He's like, da da da, yeah. And the band manager like kind of let it go on. Then he just like
Started
he
taking
started
it for a while.
feeling himself a little bit and started just yelling some reckless shit again. They tried to take it from him, and he was holding it with all his might, just not letting it go.
Your man was on one for
Then he was
sure.
handing out like thousands of dollars to players on the field and shit.
How dumb
Yes.
could you be to do that on the field?
That's what
like,
I'm saying,
really?
bro. They were like,
and Joe Burrow
like
snitched
Venmo
him
me.
out too the next morning,
He
which I got
did.
beef with Joe on that
He
one.
did.
Like,
But,
come on,
but he said
man.
like, I ain't going back. It don't matter to me.
Nah, man, nah.
But I wonder if any players got in trouble. I haven't looked up on that. But
It'll take some time.
Yeah.
before
yeah,
they
but
get
with
in
that
trouble.
being said, your boy goes into the locker room, and there was like this dick fucking cop like checking all these
He
underage
wasn't even
kids.
a cop,
for,
it was a security
Yeah.
guard.
oh, security guard.
Even
So what happened
better.
was, so the reason why he was doing it was one, there was a reporter in the room that was complaining about the smoke. The reporter was saying like, I can't be in here because of smoke. So like, it wasn't that big of a deal.
Get the
Well,
fuck
then
out.
people started.
exactly.
Then after he pointed it out, they were kind of like, oh shit, like the sprinklers could go off and ruin all their camera equipment that's in this room. So that was the big deal.
I
Hold
guess.
on,
unfortunately.
hold on. Every
That was
time
what
a team
started it.
wins, they got the cameras wrapped up.
That's what I'm
because they're
saying.
Popping champagne and
But
shit.
they're college players though, so they can't have alcohol.
Oh,
in
I
there.
know. You
so
can
they
do
can't
like,
even like do that.
O'Doul's or something, you
get
know.
some O'Doul's
Some
with
O'Doul's.
sparkling water.
popping sparkling cider.
Yeah,
for
the
win.
security guard was like checking underage kids for having alcohol.
Yeah, that's
and,
what
like,
it evolved into.
whatever.
Yeah.
And then in the video, you just see Odell come up right behind him and just give him a nice smack right on the ass.
In all fairness, though, that was lit that Odell did that because he saw that like
Yeah,
he took the attention was off the football players. They were all good at that point. So I was like, I kind of respected Odell
I
for
respect
doing that.
it. And
He
in the
gave him a whop in
yeah,
the ass,
right. The ass, and the
too.
dude turned around. He was like, he just looked so fucking pissed off. And then supposedly there was a warrant for his arrest for battering an officer
Yeah,
or
how
whatever.
ridiculous is that?
But I did look it up, and it says all
Yeah,
charges have been dropped.
they
The guy's
realized-
not going to prosecute.
Because he's a security guard.
He's
They
a
were like,
fucking loser.
all right,
Top
they were like,
flight.
get out of
Yeah.
here, Paul Blart. Get
OBJ
outta
probably
here.
just gave him 10 grand to to like just just to shut up. You know what I mean? Like
seriously.
he was probably just done at that point. Like there's so here's 10 grand. Just stop talking about it.
Give me that.
Agreed.
Give me that Richard Mille.
But it's
watch.
something I had to talk about because that shit is fucking hilarious. The video is funny. If you guys haven't seen it, go look it up because that shit cracks me up, dude. And then,
Did you see? It's all over TikTok. They had that one like kind of like audio clip over. It was like, "You looking out here double cheeked up on a Tuesday or whatever."
double cheeked up.
It was just some
on
kid
a
licking his
Thursday.
hand and then just act like he's just smacking something. It was just cracking me up.
That was hilarious. And then after Joe went on an interview, was it an interview, Connor?
Yeah, it was the Barstool. Pardon my take. With
No, that was the day after.
Oh, are you talking about the hat?
Yes.
So he was smoking a cigar and it was in his lap. is
Okay.
what it was.
Yeah, and he had a
Oh.
hat, but the
Yeah.
hat said Big Dick Joe on it.
Yep.
And it was a Barstool hat, and he supposedly wore it out to the bar that night and got fucking absolutely obliterated.
Hell yeah.
And then him and Coach O went on Part of My Take, which is a Barstool podcast, which was pretty funny.
and that's when Joe said, "Well, I'm not an NCAA athlete anymore."
That was real money, bitch.
That was real money OBJ was handing out.
Fuck yeah.
Still don't like it. Still don't like it.
Dude, do you guys see? I mean, the video of Joe walking through the hallway though, smoking the cigar, is probably one of the freshest things I've ever seen in my life,
and
man.
Sled Man, that's
Dude,
So gangster.
Because the thing is, and it was like you could see in his face, there's just a point of realization of like what he just did. Like he was truly taken in the moment. Everyone else was kind of partying. He was literally off in the corner on a couch, just smoking a cigar by himself.
I mean, how
Like-
you have to take it all in. You're a backup quarterback at Ohio State. You go to LSU. You have the perfect season and debatably the best college football team to ever play.
I think they were.
You win the
statistically
Heisman and you
the
win
best.
the fucking national championship, and you're gonna go make millions. You're gonna be the first draft pick next year in the draft. I would have to take that all in. With
Yeah.
the fucking
I think it was the
stogie.
best season, but I still put that 0-1 Miami Hurricane team.
Oh,
that
shit,
team was
yeah.
just so
I
loaded.
agree.
Both sides of the ball.
They would have smacked this LSU team. Let's be
I'm not
real.
going that far.
Dude.
I'm not going that far.
Back
I think
when-
it'd be a good game.
Oh my God! Back when they had Sean Taylor and Portis and fucking
Vince
all those
Wilfork
guys, man.
and,
Absolutely,
fucking
bad.
debatably, but
Jeremy
it is
Shockey.
in the talk. And can we also talk about that? His dad, Joe Burrow's dad, placed a bet
Yeah.
for $2,000 for his son to win the Heisman. I guess before the season started, or like
preseason bet, yeah.
preseason bet. Your son goes out there and just whips his dick out in helicopters all over the fucking field
Daddy
every
got
game.
paid.
$400,000.
Off of
Zach.
$2,000.
I don't want to break the news to you,
What?
but Turner just broke it to me that was debunked, and that's not a real situation.
Oh, it's not.
Oh,
According to
Jazz.
producer Turner.
Oh, really, Turner?
damn.
Okay. Well, one of you guys told me that. I have not done any
dude,
research on it.
We saw it. Yeah, we were just like hanging out back just by the campfire, and we were just talking about it, and it just kind of came up. and-
So that's not true, Turner.
It's looking like no.
Okay. Well,
Damn.
I'm sorry for spitting out the fake news. So supposedly that didn't happen.
Yeah.
I don't know if he did.
But hey,
make
Still a
bet.
hell of a story.
Yeah,
We
right.
Hey, Goose Gang doesn't tell lies though. That's one thing. You'll never get a lie on this podcast.
Definitely not.
Gotcha.
And we
We'll
will
always
correct
be honest.
ourselves.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So moving on off the national championship or the college playoff championship or whatever you want to fucking call it. Next thing I want to talk about is a lot of controversy here. And I'm glad that Al's here because he is an Astros fan.
Look at that. Looky there.
And we're all fucking. You see that though?
Hey, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you.
I
Look,
have,
I'll say this.
Uh-huh.
If the Astros weren't in it, I would have been pulling for the Nets. That's a
Okay.
hell
Yeah.
of a story.
Facts, yeah.
Being,
And
what,
I-
20 games under 500. I dig it, you know.
Totally
And the
agree.
thing that sucks about this, I really like the Astros team.
Did you know
A
Soto's
lot.
only 21?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
He
Yeah.
turned
How many
21.
times did Joe Buck fucking say that this fucking
Oh.
series?
We're watching the
God.
game, and you know Spencer,
Oh my
obviously,
God.
Connor's brother.
Yeah.
Connor
Shout
was-
out, you ain't here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's pissed off about that. We'll get him on at some point. But we're watching the. I think it's the last game,
Yeah. Game 6.
Game 6, and Joe Buck.
7 was the last game.
Or yeah, it went 7. It went
yeah,
7.
sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Because they
I'm
went.
sorry.
They won
I did.
the
They
road
forgot
team
an
won
Astros.
2,
every
and then they.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
they.
Which
yeah.
is mind blowing,
Insane,
anyways.
insane.
Insane. Yeah. So he's here, and all he could talk about was Joe Buck. Like he literally was like I would kill Joe Buck if I could. I mean, he
I
fucking
believe it.
hates Joe
I
Buck.
believe it.
And I'm glad you said that. But yeah, the controversy what we were talking about is Astros cheating. I mean, what's up with that? And first off, I don't know too much about it. I haven't researched it. I know Brant knows a lot about it, and I'm sure you do as
Look,
well. So we'll let you guys talk
As
about
an
it. 'Cause I really don't
Astros
know.
fan,
Uh huh.
we cheated. We got caught. We
There it is.
cheated.
And
But
for
that's
people,
what baseball does. Baseball's like associated with cheating.
It is.
Always
Here's
has.
my
in a
biggest
certain-
thing.
can
Do
you
you know
ex-
how many teams do that?
Oh,
Yeah.
everybody
Do you know
does
how
it.
many teams
Everybody
do that?
does it.
They actually. So what happened was they were using the
There we go.
camera systems that they had in the dugout,
Mhm.
and they were being able to pick up the signs. So they were being able to tip off, and they for the dumbasses for a long time were just smashing on trash cans. Just every single time that it was going to be an off-speed pitch, you just hear someone just slamming the shit out of a trash can. It's like eventually someone's going to catch on. But they go on to find out now that Correa and Altuve actually had little
No.
buzzers.
That's speculation.
Yeah, I
the
heard that.
MLB came out and
Buzzers.
said they did not find that evidence. They saw the video of Altuve saying, "Don't rip my shirt,"
And then
they
he
took
ran.
that and ran with
Then
it.
he ran straight into the locker room.
I don't think he was wearing buzzers.
I don't like Altuve, so
I don't. You gotta love
What,
Altuve.
Altuve?
Yeah, you
I
gotta
don't
love
like
Altuve.
Why'd you like
man.
Altuve?
I
He's
really
like
don't
your
know. I
size.
know that's why I don't like him.
His story is incredible.
Oh yeah,
bro.
man.
He's got a good story.
Yeah,
I do like
so-
a good story.
So, anyways, okay. Long story short, it was they were doing all that bullshit with like the cheating or whatever. It's kind of cheating, but it's kind of just
They just
using
got
the
caught.
equipment that they were given, kind of thing. But
We just took it to the next level.
But they came down hard on the Astros.
Yeah. So what's going on? What's the punishment or like
yeah.
potential punishment? Like what's going on with that?
they're-
Oh, they already dished it
all
out.
like a bunch of coaches got suspended for a year. The Astros fired them. Somehow, so like the Red Sox are apparently like kind of getting investigated now. Alex Cora, their managers, just got like fired as well.
and
Wow.
Beltron.
Yeah, and Beltron's in
Nice.
trouble. Beltron will never be allowed back.
Who's Beltron?
Carlos Beltron.
he was the
He
head
was an
coach.
assistant with us.
'Kay.
The Red Sox manager Cora was with us. Then went to the Red Sox a year after.
So listen to these stats.
Beltron was supposed to become the
He's
Mets
breaking
head
home
coach,
and away
right? I
down.
think.
Yeah, home and away. You already saw that, right? So in that playoff series that they talked about in 2017, Alex Bregman on the road hit 154. At home, he hit 273. Carlos Correa on the road hit 211. At home, he hit 371.
Wow.
Jose Altuve on the road hit 143. Jose Altuve at home, 472.
Holy
Brian
fuck.
McCann hit 37 on the road, 300 at home. Evan Gaddis, 200 on the road, 300 at home.
Listen, you could. Home field advantage is a real fucking
But hey,
thing.
you go back to the
those stats.
2017 World Series. We won it on the road in L.A.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Trust me, I don't.
Couldn't cheat in Game 7, and we took it home.
Are they
That's
gonna,
my thing.
Are they going to
And
take
we
that away?
lost every game. We could cheat against y'all.
Are they going to take away their World Series?
No,
No?
no.
I heard something that they were thinking
Nah,
about.
they
it.
ain't
They,
gonna do
I don't.
that.
They won't go that far, just because the MLB is so good at taking controversies, giving out a sentence that's enough to where it's reasonable, but not enough to where it completely banishes people.
Right.
And then
You
it
can
gets
suspend the whole team. You know,
yeah,
like
and that's what they do so good is they pick kind of like okay, the managers, let's just go at them hard. The managers will take it. They understand what the deal is. They know. And then it's going to be gone in 2 weeks because the MLB knows how to handle it. The NFL likes to let it drag on for 14 months and then suspend somebody for 4 games. It's like
Yeah, the MLB knew what they were doing when they released it on the college football national championship. You know,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
we're going to come out with it
Exactly.
today when nobody's going to talk about it. Everybody's talking about the game. They knew what they were
I mean,
doing.
it's kind of stupid though, because like when I was play college baseball, every single pitcher that we had on the bench that wasn't going to pitch that day, their job, they sit there with a notebook and they write down every single sign from the other coaches. Like that's stealing
part of the game.
It's a
As part of the
if you don't
game,
want
yeah,
people to steal
agreed.
your signs and know what you're about to throw, guess what? Pick better signs. Pick better signs that they're not going to figure out. Like
Or
it's
switch
not
them up.
Exactly.
Switch
Every
'em
inning,
up.
just switch it up. Fuck it. Like just do it random every inning. You'll never have that issue.
Well, the third base coach changes the indicator every game. You know what I mean?
Boom,
Or every
exactly.
inning. So it's same thing.
Exactly.
But that shit's crazy.
But we
And
cheated.
It is nuts. And what are
If you
the
go
odds
take
that
our
you win
title,
the
take all the Pats titles away. You know
Facts.
What I mean?
I mean,
that's my thing.
I
was-
It's
I was
like when
gonna-
you look at MLB versus like the Astros cheat, the MLB's like we're cutting this off right fucking now. You do this shit again, you guys know it's a year. You're out for the whole year. NFL is like, okay, well,
Slap on the wrist.
well, let's just try to keep it under wraps. Oh damn, now it's all over Twitter. All right, let's suspend him for 4 games and let the NFL continue to do whatever they got to do.
it reminds me of that UFC controversy where they took all their wins away. They took their national title away with Reggie
Yeah.
Bush and
Oh,
all
yeah,
that. They
yeah.
took all those wins away.
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah,
Like
that's
everybody knows
ridiculous.
Shaq made all his money in college.
Dude,
Anybody seen basketball?
they all did. Yeah, basketball is the shit. Dude, I was just talking about that the other day to them. None of them have seen basketball.
Yeah, I saw the faces.
Yep, have not seen it.
Crickets.
Yeah,
Dude,
have not
it's
seen it.
It's a great movie.
They got Peep. They got a little guy on their team.
Your sister went out with squints.
Yeah, Squints. That's what it is. Yeah, that's fucking funny.
So anything else on the Astros cheating?
No, that's about all.
It really doesn't matter at this point. I mean, they
We're
did win
still
the
champs.
national
Yeah,
champ. When,
exactly.
What was that? 2018.
17.
17. So it's whatever. But Nationals won. So cheating or not, it's whatever.
Yep.
But I don't think we were cheating in 19 because we knew the investigation and all
Yeah.
that. I don't think
Yeah.
they'd be dumb enough to do the shit
No.
again.
And like
Yeah,
you
no.
said, we won.
The road team won
We,
every game.
yeah, exactly.
So,
the first
but I
ti-
think the best thing that happened to y'all was Scherzer's back thing, not being able to go game 6.
I said
I
that.
think him going game
Yep.
7
Yeah,
was the thing.
Absolutely.
In
Agreed.
Houston, you could talk about not putting Cole in. You should have left Greinke in, but you leave 11 men on base, you don't deserve to win that game.
Yep.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Agreed.
You know.
And I'm not like a crazy baseball fan like Brant, and I would assume you
Oh, yeah, I
are because
love it.
you love it. And but that was the best World Series
Oh, it was
series
awesome.
that I've ever watched, and
Awesome.
and I'm sure a lot of people can agree, fans or not. Like it was just
Electric.
incredible.
Absolutely electric.
And it was fantastic.
I mean,
so.
and also the thing is, the Nationals, they obviously they waxed the Cardinals, whatever. Like we saw it in person. It was sick.
that was
Oh, you
sick.
got to go to a game.
Yeah, we went to the game that they actually clinched it.
Oh,
Yeah,
badass.
so it was
badass. So awesome.
Badass.
So
I bet
awesome.
Washington was going
But
crazy.
the Astros with the walk-off home run,
Oh.
Altuve's walk-off home
Oh.
run, man, that is stuff that, like, especially him, someone he's, 5'4", 5'5",
Yeah.
and he just hit a walk-off home run on the biggest stage in baseball.
For the record,
Like,
he was hitting 200 hits a year before the cheating
he
and
was.
all that.
And that
So,
and that's
I
the thing.
mean,
He's a great player.
We're loaded. We don't
I'm
even
telling
need to
you.
do that.
There's a lot of times where I knew you can know what pitch is coming. Let me tell you,
You still got to hit it.
it doesn't fucking matter. Like, it really does. I mean, it helps you a little bit, of course, but
Still
Yeah,
gotta
but if
hit it.
that, and I could also say that like if you get a sign that a certain pitch is coming or whatever, and it's not the right pitch, like it's fucking with the hitter's mind.
True.
So that could, you know what I mean? Like it's not like you're not foolproof cheating. I mean,
exactly.
it's frowned upon, but like
Yeah.
it's a little gray area.
Yeah.
The thing is, though,
Gray
is
area.
if they were talking about, if it was the Colorado Rockies that did this, nobody would give a shit. It's just the fact that they were good when they
That's
were
fair.
doing it, and that's all that
Exactly.
matters.
And
That's
we
all that
beat the
matters.
Yankees.
Exactly, and
There
that's
it
the biggest
is.
thing.
There
You
it
beat-
is.
You beat the money makers. That's
Yeah.
the problem,
Beat
man.
the fucking Yankees.
The Colorado who?
Really?
No.
Okay, I was like, hold up, what?
They have a super nice stadium. I was
I've
in
been
Denver
to
not
a
long
game
ago.
there.
Coors
I
Field?
didn't go in the stadium, but it's like all brick,
forgot
and it's
they were
like
too.
it's just
They have
super
a
beautiful.
purple line up top of the upper deck to let you know when you're a mile high. Me and my buddy each bought a little bottle of whiskey, went up to the line, chugged it, and went back down.
That's cool as
so
fuck.
cool.
That's
Yeah.
actually cool as fuck.
That's so cool. We all got to take a trip out to Denver.
I might just go out there and just beat off above and be the Mile High Club.
Nice.
I'm a righty.
nice.
It's a good thing you touch my left hand.
All right, so off the Astros then. One thing I want to talk about quickly. Ben and I watched a fucking awesome movie.
Gay porn? Oh, sorry.
No, not gay
Go ahead.
porn. That's only, holidays
That's
usually.
alone time kind of stuff.
Yeah. That's how our connection is so good. But we'll talk about that later. We watched a Disney movie.
Yes.
It was the new Aladdin with Will Smith.
Haven't seen it yet.
Okay, so I was like, fuck it, like let's watch it, Ben, you know what I mean? And I fall asleep in the first like 15 minutes. And Ben wakes me up out of my sleep and he's like, all right, dude, I'm going to bed, but we have to finish this movie tomorrow because it's so good. And I was like,
Have you
Alright,
seen the
alright,
original
man.
before that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
It's been a while though.
Yeah, I bet.
and I won't say it's as good as the original because Robin Williams plays a fantastic genie. It's like as a kids movie, you know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? It's really good. But it's fucking solid. And there's this one song,
Take off your clothes.
and it's what?
That's what he whispers in Jasmine's ear
Yes,
in the original.
yes.
Take off your clothes.
'Cause we were talking about like the Disney
Hey, little
controversies.
mama, let me whisper in your ear. I would like to tell you, Nessie, I like to hear.
There's like a bunch of Disney controversy that's like they put all these like subliminal messages. Like the Little Mermaid had dick towers and the Lion King had sex written in the sky
Weeds or something.
Mhm.
and whatever. But the new Aladdin movie, Ben, can you sing the song for me? Or just the
Let's sing it
one,
together.
just the one part. All right, ready?
Prince Ali, fabulous he, Alibaba.
So if you guys gotta go
just
check
go
out the
look
movie.
up-
It's fucking solid.
You can look up the Will Smith version on
Yeah, it's on
Apple Music.
It's on Apple Music. It's
That
solid.
shit's lit.
It's great stuff.
I dig it.
But that's
really
it.
funny.
We're moving on. I just had to say that because it was a good movie. Going on to our next segment. One of our favorites, questions. Connor's got 6 of them for us. Connor hasn't read them. We had a anonymous person pick them, so none of us have seen these. It was actually Hannah, so shouts out to Hannah. So hopefully these are good ones. So Connor.
Hannah who?
She went through the whole deck.
Hannah who?
It's turned up, so you don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, she went through the whole deck and picked out 7, and then Turner went through the 7 to make sure that they weren't ones that we've read before.
Oh yeah,
I
shouts
like
out.
that.
And
Very
there,
good
and,
call.
there, and there was one that she picked.
Very good call.
That-
Hannah
that
who
we
though?
did
That's
before.
what I'm asking.
What?
Hannah who?
Hannah Burgess.
Oh, shout out
yeah,
Hannah
yeah,
Burgess. What's up, Hannah?
Beer.
My bad.
Beer me.
Beer check. Beer check.
I was just so confused. I
baby.
was like, Hannah.
Brand
Hannah,
beer?
Hannah who? Sure.
So this is
One more.
live for all of us.
I'm nervous.
All right. The first one.
Let's get it.
Would you rather have a 3-inch dick or only last 30 seconds during sex?
So what's changing? I have both of
I'm about
those.
to say, I'm already living that nightmare.
So a 3-inch dick, or you nut every 30 seconds you have sex?
Yeah.
Every
So
time?
you can never
Yes.
last over 30.
Yeah.
I'd take the 3-incher.
Yeah, I gotta take the
3-inch
3-incher.
It's about the.
It's not
motion of
about the
ocean,
size of the
yeah.
ship. It's about the motion of the ocean.
baby.
I mean, that's been
That's
my.
facts.
So
That's
3
how I live my
inches
life.
Or 30 seconds.
Yeah.
But
you
you could
take-
be 3 inches and last 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Or you could
Or
be.
you could be 4 inches.
I'm
so
a-
like,
True, yeah. you
so
don't-
like,
I'm a get in and get out kind of guy. Let's go with 30 seconds.
30 seconds?
Yeah.
You don't enjoy your time?
No, I was just kidding.
Well, hold on. Let me retract that. I'm going with the 30
I mean,
seconds because I can have multiple rounds.
You can,
That
but
is
they're
true.
30 seconds each.
Intervals.
Yeah, you know.
I mean,
You got
but
foreplay,
need a
you
couple-
know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You do have
know?
foreplay.
So
Dial 0 on the pink telephone for a
Yeah.
little bit, you know.
dude, let your
Make it
yellow
happen.
pages, let your fingers do the walking.
Yeah.
That's
Turkey
right.
hook.
Gotta say the alphabet.
Goddamn right. A, B, C, D, E.
Fake chow. You ever seen that movie, Hall Pass? It's like, you ever fake chow? What's fake chow? Is it?
I like at the end when he's like, honey. She's like, yeah, I had sex with someone, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, honey, I did fake chow to someone. She's like, what?
All right, so yeah, I take the 3-incher. It's not much smaller than what it is now. So
all right.
move on.
The next one. If both your arms were gone and you could have 2 kitchen utensils as arms, what would they be?
Ooh.
But you can only pick
Do they,
one.
do they have to be the same, or could I
That's
have
what I
like
was
a
wondering.
knife and a fork?
I'd say let's go with, they have to be the same.
No. So the picture that's on here, it's a guy with one of his arms is a fork and the other is a spoon.
All right, ready? Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
A spork on my right hand
Ooh.
and a knife on my left hand.
Fire.
Ooh.
Fire move.
Sporks are like the greatest invention to ever happen.
Yeah,
I think.
dude, I was talking about that. Taco Bell used to have, like, so Taco Bell's the only one.
KFC used to have them
KFC
too.
does, yeah.
That is the greatest invention ever. Why the fuck would you get rid of
I
that?
don't know why they don't just create sporks.
That's what I'm saying. Why do we even
Yeah.
need one or the other?
Yeah, we might as well just get rid of knives
Yeah.
and spoons and just make sporks.
I like
So I'm definitely with Brant. The knife could be dual purpose,
Yeah.
used as a weapon,
Yep.
and also used to cutting food.
How
or
sharp a knife
anything.
do you want?
I mean, even
Like
a butter, knife.
or do you want like a knife?
I want a fucking blade.
So you want to just
Nah, I just want a butter knife.
butter knife?
So I can scratch my eyes and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, so the sport will poke my eye. At least a knife, I can just rub it softly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'd go. I think that's a good one. I'd go spork and knife for sure.
Well, you know, there's more to life than eating.
I guess
So
that's true.
I'm going with what's the
Tongs.
Tongs.
I'm going
Oh.
tongs
That's a
on
good
one
call.
arm.
Wow.
So I can
That's such a game
pick up
changer.
shit.
Yeah,
that's very
that
true.
makes
None of
a
us
lot
can
more
pick up
sense.
shit. We're
Hard
over
to
here-
beat your dick with a spork and a
Yeah,
knife.
We're
you
over here
know?
just tinking ourselves together. Fucking.
And I'd probably go with a fork.
Yeah.
Fork and a fucking tong.
Fork
Fork and a tong.
tongs.
God, that
It's
is
not bad.
that is such a good idea.
What you
Wow.
guys got?
I'm sticking with the spork.
That's right. Yeah,
and-
you said
yeah,
spork.
Spork
the
and knife?
Yeah.
Connie.
I really like the tong idea.
Yeah, I do
just
like that
because
too.
like the capability of
Just
being,
grab
being
it.
able
I'll let
to
you
pick
being able to
back.
grab things. Kind of hurt.
Sorry.
Fucking.
I stepped on his foot.
Yeah. I'm trying to think like what other like kitchen utensils.
You just want to go through the doors over there.
Take your time.
I
Don't
mean, I
worry,
feel like
it's not an audience or
maybe
anything.
something like a spatula would be kind of cool.
Would it though? Like spatulas, you don't use a lot. Like you always use a fork. You always use a knife. Like
You'd always have something to whoop your kids with. Handy.
Yeah.
You'd always have something. If your kids get out of line, they know that fucking spatula's coming.
Or a wooden spoon.
yeah, wooden spoon.
But I mean,
right on.
definitely tongs and I mean probably a spork
Yeah.
for the spoon
Yeah,
and
yeah,
for
it's hard to eat
know
cereal
right.
with a fork.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
All
Next
right.
question.
All right.
That's a good one.
If you were gay for a day, who would you want to bang?
If I could pick one man in this whole world to bang, is that what you're asking?
John
Myself.
Stamos.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
John Stamos.
My gay buddy had this conversation with me one time. I'm a Tom Hardy fan.
Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
He would be down for it too. He's bisexual.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
He talked me
Maybe
to
we'll
the
get
That's
that-
actually really.
get
He's got,
that
he's got a
going.
nice accent,
He'd-
nice eyes.
he'd help me.
In all honesty, I think I might just date him. Who would you guys go with?
Wow, that's.
I know
don't
Ben's.
know.
I know Ben's for sure.
Cristiano
you guys are
Ronaldo.
gonna say
Ronaldo,
Ronaldo.
definitely
Sure, I'll go
Ronaldo,
with Ronaldo.
yeah.
Why not?
What about you, Conrad?
I don't know.
I know mine.
Who?
I'm definitely going with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Leo.
Definitely going with Leo. I said that with way too much confidence. Like it's been in that.
Yeah, I don't know how good I
I've
feel
been
about
waiting
being
my
quick
whole
to answer
life.
that
Yeah.
question, you know?
I know it for sure. Leo.
I don't know.
That is a hard one.
I think I'm too old for Leo. I think I'm too old for Leonardo DiCaprio though.
Too young.
I'm too old, bro.
Hold on.
I'm way too old. I'm
You gotta
24.
answer.
No,
Go
I'm
to the next question.
I'm rereading or I'm rereading it. So
It didn't change now.
right, I'm just
Dun, dun, dun.
so I really don't know.
Well, you got to pick.
Well, mine would be producer Turner.
Ooh, it just
It
got
just-
awkward in
It's
here.
just with the glasses and that curly hair.
No, Turner, don't run. Come back, please.
He's got soft hands.
Jesus Christ.
Who we got?
All right, Connie, we're waiting on an answer here.
I really don't know.
Connor,
Oh, you
come on.
got an answer.
I'll go with Roger.
Roger Federer?
Roger
Yeah.
Federer.
That's gay.
Hopefully he could put a little bit of talent
Yeah,
in
he
you.
knew that.
I just hope that he could put a little bit of talent in Connor. Maybe we might have a closer match
You'll
next
put,
time.
you'll put something in there.
Yeah.
All right, Connor, hit me with the next one.
If you were reading the story of your life and you got to the present day, would you keep reading knowing you can't change anything you read?
So you're saying like I would know what's gonna happen in my life?
But like you can't change what you know what's going to happen.
So I would know how disappointing the rest of my life is
Yeah,
already.
right.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Wait, so like you could read. Can you read it again for me?
If you were reading the story of your life and you got to the present day, would you keep reading knowing you can't change anything you've already read
No, I would not.
or that you will read?
I would not. I would not read it now.
Yeah. What
I
would be
would-
the point?
I would be very curious too, but I don't think I would want to.
No, I
At
wouldn't.
the end,
It's like-
it would suck.
Yeah, it's like I don't know
I
what.
can't change it. Why read it? you
Right.
know?
It's
And
like
it's
a
like-
million times worse. Like you're about to watch a movie and someone spoils it in for you.
Yeah, and it's like
right.
But it's like a million times worse than that. Cause
there
it's
was like
your
a
life.
show where
I
like
know I'm about
if
to
you
break
look in
my
the
ankle
mirror,
today.
you can
Yeah,
see what
that
number you had, and your number was when you're gonna die. Like you're the next person to die. Like
Don't they? Isn't there a movie like you have like a
Oh,
counter?
that's
or
time.
something?
That's
That's time with
time.
Justin
In
Timberlake.
time or something like
yeah,
that.
that's a,
I've
that's
never
a little
seen it.
different.
That's a really
yeah,
good
you
movie,
did. We
by the
saw
way.
it.
I like
with the
that
soccer
movie.
team.
Really good.
Maybe I don't remember shit like that.
But no, I would not read it because fuck, I like it would. I feel like
Yeah.
it would alter your whole life.
But you can't do anything about it, which
But it
sucks.
wouldn't.
It's like,
I guess.
True. It would.
yeah.
But like if you read it, that's what would happen. But if you didn't read it,
Would that have
Still
been
happens.
what happened?
Well,
I know
the
what
thing
you're
is, he's
saying.
saying
I
is
see
like,
what you're getting to.
I guess, let's say you read it and then you instantly like forget it from that moment. I wouldn't even want to. I guess that
no.
kind of defeats
My
the
answer
purpose
is
of
I
it.
Yeah,
would
then
definitely
there's-
not read it.
I wouldn't read it.
100%.
I would want to, but I would.
Oh, I said I wouldn't read it.
You
Sorry. Yeah, I wouldn't read it.
Man, it'd be
Yeah.
so. Imagine just seeing that like you die in like the pussiest way or something like that. Like when Brant was 47 years old, he choked on a hot dog at the state fair. And here he lies. Like, really? That's how I went out? Are you kidding me?
Fucking hot dog.
I'm just fucking off myself now.
At least it was a state fair, not the county fair.
Yeah, seriously. If I died by those at the Jefferson County Fair, that's hell alone. Okay, you're already there. Jesus.
All right. Next question, Connie.
If someone texted you a picture of your dick with no context, would you know it's your dick?
Yep,
Yes.
got strong features.
I think I would. Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Got a nice vein that runs down it.
Yeah, I know the.
The curve.
I mean,
Yeah,
the
the
thing like
curvature.
I know that thing like the back of my hand. You know?
Yeah. Agreed.
Down and to the
I've
left.
been around the block a couple
I
times.
would
but-
hope I would know at least, honestly.
Connie?
Would you be confused if you got that picture?
Definitely.
Well, yeah.
You're like, who's blackmailing me?
You're like, who took this picture and why is it coming back to me?
One of my blacked out nights coming back to haunt me. Great.
All right.
Last one?
Yep. One more.
All right, let's get it.
Would you rather have flamingo legs or T-Rex arms?
Flamingo
Flamingo
legs.
legs for sure. Yeah.
For sure.
Yep.
Yep, definitely flamingo.
I can't have little baby arms. Could you imagine that shit, bro? Just
No.
like, your
I
arms are
definitely,
literally
I
right
would definitely
fucking
rather have
here.
flamingo legs for
You
sure.
could kind of hide the flamingo legs too.
Hey, you wear
Yeah.
You're
jeans.
just perched up and you got the legs. but
Fuck
your
it.
Pants are just
But think
hanging.
about this.
Okay.
Flamingo legs, easy to break.
Yes.
Yeah.
How you gonna push the wheelchair?
Oh,
wait, no, you
got
wouldn't have
long
both.
Yeah, yeah, you'd have arms, yeah.
No, sorry.
There you go.
That was a dumb answer.
That would be shitty to have
Uh,
flamingo legs
flamingo
and
legs.
T-Rex
Yeah.
arms. If you got both, you're
I'll take 'em
fucked.
Ooh, man. I'm trying to think what would be better about T-Rex arms and flamingo legs and
It's not much better. I'd
no
say.
flamingo legs.
Yeah, for sure.
I went to high school with a girl that had like one like T-Rex arm. I remember.
I know who you're talking
She's
about.
like she worked at Walmart for a little bit too.
Yeah,
She was.
yeah.
Thing is too.
I know who you're talking
Everybody
about.
was. I would say everybody tried to be nice to her. Like whenever someone has like a little bit of a disability, naturally everyone's just a little bit nicer. She was fucking mean. She was very fucking mean. And there's a couple times where like we'd be nice to her. I'm gonna be like, look, bitch, if you want us to make fun of your arm every day, we can do that. Okay, we can go that route. I don't want to, but if you're gonna continue this, I'm not gonna treat you like that you're disabled.
I
I'm gonna
won't
treat you
hold
like you're
back.
normal. And I will tell you, Finding Nemo, to take your ass home. All right. She was very mean, and I'm still pissed off about it till this day. If you have a disability, you cannot make fun of people. That's
Yeah.
a rule.
Agreed.
Throwing rocks at glass houses, okay?
So we're all flamingos then.
Yeah, we're flamingos.
All right.
Flamingo.
Moving on to the last segment then.
Shout
of
out
course,
Brittany. Finding Nemo.
facts of the week. I'll
By
just
the
go
way,
first because I got a pretty cool one.
Real quick, Niners just won.
Niners just won.
37-20.
All right, right on. All right, fact of the week. I got one for you, boys. Pretty crazy. In the 1960s were the peak years of the Cold War, as we all know.
Yeah.
And American intelligence agencies tried some pretty bizarre strategies, to get a leg up on the Soviets, right? So in this project called Acoustic Kitty, CIA operatives attempted to implant listening devices in the ears of cats in hopes of eavesdropping on top secret conversations. And they placed the first cat near the Soviet embassy in Washington, D.C., but according to some reports, the poor cat was almost immediately ran over by a taxi. The project was shut down in 1967 because the genius CIA agents realized that it was very difficult to train cats.
Imagine you're the guy, you just went into DC and put that cat down, like, you just see, sir, I think we have a
Man.
problem here.
This is the greatest idea we've ever.
Cats are cool with you, but they don't fool with you.
No.
Hey man, is that
It's like impossible to train a cat.
is that 9 Lives thing true? Because that thing looks crushed.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, who's got a fact for me?
I'll go next. Oh, Ben.
Okay.
Oh, this is awkward now.
All right. So I'm sticking still with the Australian theme from last week with my fact.
Sure.
Did you know that female kangaroos have 3 vaginas?
Whoa.
3 vaginas.
That sounds like a party.
Slut.
Yes, 3 vaginas.
What do they say? Three's a crowd or whatever. Two's company, three's a crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
3 vaginas. Where are these vaginas located? Are they like back to back to back, or
See, I
like?
don't know. I didn't. Let me look at it.
That's kind of lit if you think about it.
While you look that up, I gotta take a piss real quick.
You're fucking kidding me, Zach.
1 second.
We have like
Zach, we're so close to the end, bro. We're so close.
pee so bad.
Breaking the seal.
Oh my god.
Weak.
So weak. He's gonna piss out his 3 vaginas. Jesus.
So are we waiting for him to return?
We will. We'll
Yeah,
wait.
okay.
Al, I gotta say, man, this is one of the first times we've ever really officially met, man. It's awesome, though.
Oh,
I'm
man,
glad to finally
appreciate
meet
it.
you.
I appreciate it. It's
Thing is, because
awesome.
I'm
I'm glad for having me. I
I've
love this.
seen you for years, of
Yeah.
course, and I've been
Yeah.
friends with Tally for years, so I know I've been around you before, but
Yeah.
it's sick to finally meet you, man.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Likewise.
Absolutely.
Igualmente.
I'll have to come into Fireball Friday one time. I'll have to tell work to go fuck themselves on a Saturday. And
We got Whiskey Wednesday, Tequila Tuesday. It's all half off.
it's crazy. My off day just switched to Wednesday.
Yeah.
I do like tequila.
Do you like Wednesday's whiskey? Do you like
Well,
whiskey?
Tuesday night I'm off though, so that's the thing. So
I gotcha,
Tuesday
I
I could
gotcha.
get these fuckers to pull me up there one night.
Gotcha. Half price
And
tequila.
I will see how far I can go.
So what's the price of like a tequila shot? 'Cause-
So like Patron on a Tuesday night, it's like $3.50
okay.
instead of $7. Yeah.
You got Rail. You got Montezuma.
Oh, how do you know about Montezuma?
That's the goat,
They were the worst,
dude. It is literally.
Oh,
It does. It's pretty much like a colonoscopy though. That shit cleans you out.
Oh.
Man.
This stool is uncomfortable.
Montezuma. No.
It's tough to go there.
All right, I'm back. I'm sorry.
You're a brave man.
We're just talking about Tequila Tuesday and Whiskey Wednesday.
I've never partaked in Tequila Tuesday.
We might have to do that this week.
I don't know about that. I will say, real quick, Sam Ward,
Wiggity Wizard.
Wiggity Wizard. We saw his parents today. Shout out to them. Love them. I had a shot glass at the Trap. It was a 7-line shot glass.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Remember that? It was a
Yeah, yeah.
WVU shot glass. And at the top, it was like 7 shots, or at least. And each line had a title. And the top one was called Smack Dab Plastered. And I've only seen 2 people take Smack Dab Plastereds, and Sam is one of them. And the one, he's actually done it twice, and the one that he took was Jose Cuervo. It was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen, and I would probably say it's the most disgusting thing he's ever done.
His face, I cannot imagine what his face looked like after he dropped that shot. Dude.
Oh, dude, it was
Oh, my
awful.
God.
He did not throw up, though, I will say.
He's a champion.
He used to be able to drink. He can't much anymore.
Yeah.
But
I used to love
Little
I used to love Blacked Out Sam. He was just. The thing was, he was so.
hammered in a while.
That's what I'm saying. He was so much
He's
fun.
all like vegan now and shit. Ain't he?
dude, he's a different guy now. He's just a weirdo, but we
Peace,
love
love,
him.
and positivity.
That's right. All right, excuse me. Who's got a fact?
Facts.
I'll go ahead and go real
Ben,
quick.
did you ever figure out the 3 vaginas?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
There's
about
like a middle vagina, and then there's just like 2 vaginas on the side. I don't know if it's like you have to go in one to reach the other 2.
that.
You know, like it's 3 in 1.
A whole
I don't know. That's what the.
Stayed on the Aladdin.
Yes,
thing there.
that
I
was
love
awesome.
it. But yeah, they're
funny.
those ladies are working with something special.
That is special.
damn.
That's awesome.
Who
Okay.
knew kangaroo pussy was the shit?
Yeah.
Maybe that's the next wave for you, Brant.
Speaking of vaginas,
Love them.
upper Paleolithic art dating back 30 years depicts people using dildos to pleasure themselves. So 30 years ago
Makes sense.
is how far back dildos date, and that means that
Kinda is,
mankind invented sex toys long before the wheel. So our mind's always been in the right place, boys. Let me tell you.
Damn right.
I believe that.
There was definitely.
That's the most
fucking-
important shit.
Yeah.
Figure that out first, and then you build a wheel.
What the fuck did they use to make that dildo? That's
Yeah.
all
Just
I
like a
want to know,
rock.
dude.
You
They
know,
fucking just took a boulder.
it
and
took a lot of action to smooth that first dildo.
Jesus Christ! But 30,000 years ago was the first. It was the first reported dildo.
That doesn't surprise me to the slightest, honestly.
Blew my mind.
Yeah.
It absolutely blew my mind when I found that out.
Yeah. I mean,
We know how I love the sex facts.
sex is timeless.
Yeah.
It's
What was
it's
the
one thing
last
that's been
one?
around.
It was Lisa Sparks. She had. Oh, you gotta check this out. So this lady
Oh yeah.
set the record by having sex with 919
told me
men.
about
Yeah,
this.
in like 12 hours, bro. She smashed the record by like 120.
Literally smashed.
and then
You got it. I'm good. Keep going.
the girl that came in second that day had sex with 898 guys. So I was like, imagine you do all that for absolutely nothing.
Second place.
You get all this shit and no
What the
glory.
fuck?
Like you're telling me you fucked 898 guys and came in second and still lost by 22? Yeah,
That's
pretty
rough.
much.
That's rough.
That is rough.
Take the over.
I got a cold fact.
Let's hear it.
The founder of Match.com, Gary Crimmon, lost his girlfriend to a guy she met on Match.com.
Wow.
Damn.
That's a cold world, man.
That is
harsh.
a cold world.
Damn.
That's how it works.
Damn,
That breaks
bro.
my heart.
He's-
I feel bad for that guy.
These hoes ain't loyal.
These hoes
Your
ain't
boy
fucking
created
loyal.
a fucking multi-million whatever company, and his fucking.
She probably didn't think he was going to make any money.
Yeah, seriously.
She got on
I
the app
mean,
and was like, damn, this app's kind of cool.
He only lasts 30 seconds. I like this guy with the 3-inch dick and stuff.
So
Damn,
so
that's
kind of feeding off of that. My church.
Okay.
n-
Okay.
so-
Feeding off.
Christian
so
Mingle
no.
story.
So
Yeah.
so my church would help like take care and feed like the homeless people around town.
Sure.
And my pastor's wife, this was probably like six or more years ago, actually got a divorce with the pastor and married one of the homeless guys that we were taking care of at the church. So kind of with the whole Match.com, you know, it's almost like the same process that like. Like you help people out and then you get fucked over in the end.
You guys remember Aunt Pat or whatever? What is her name? Aunt Pat or whatever? Miss Pat. Yeah.
Oh, on
Remember
Joe Rogan's podcast.
She said something about like what'd she say? Unemployed dick is the best or whatever. Because all they have to do is like.
She said dudes that can't read.
Oh yeah, dudes that can't read. That's
have
what
the
it
best
was.
dick. That's what she said.
You gotta get by somehow.
Yeah,
that's exactly what she said.
Can you imagine though being a pastor and like doing all this great charity work or whatever, and then one of the homeless dudes just takes your wife? Like,
it's Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Yeah, he
That's
obviously
wild,
wasn't hitting
bro.
that thing right. I mean, that's just he's a pastor. Poor guy.
Yeah, it was rough, but I think everybody's in a better situation now.
I would love.
Is
he
that
just
your
showed
fact
up.
though?
No,
Okay.
no. I know.
Okay.
I was just.
I would have loved he showed up drunk to the next Sunday service. The first thing comes out of my mouth is, God, why do you hate me? Fuck God.
All right.
As you all know, my wife's a whore.
I'm talking to you, bitch.
Please join me in prayer.
Yeah. I pray that my wife dies this week and that the homeless guy does too.
All right,
All
Connie,
right.
let's hear it.
So my fact, the angle of the dangle is
Okay.
is the caption.
Okay.
A man's erection can point virtually in any direction, up, down, left, right, side to side. There's no one wrong direction.
It's like dolphins. They can go anywhere.
Yeah. I guess
What,
so.
4D, right?
Yeah, 4D.
Four-dimensional?
4D world.
So it says the figures below, if the penis is pointed directly up, was measured at 0 degrees. And if it was upward pointing horizontal, it would be at 90 degrees. Forward pointing horizontal would be at 90 degrees. So your erect penis, if your
I got a
penis,
nice right angle.
if your penis is from 0 to 30 degrees, you're matched with 4.9% of men.
Okay.
30 to 60, 29.6% of men. 60 to 85 degrees, 30.9%. 85 to 95 degrees, 9.9. 95 to 120 degrees is 19.8. And 120 to 180 degrees, which I don't know how the 180 works. Straight down, you're matched with 4.9% of men.
That's called erectile dysfunction.
Right. So,
Jesus.
So
like,
what
that's just
degree?
kinda-
What degree are you guys at?
I would probably say I'm like 87 degrees. Yeah, probably.
Well, very precise.
Huh?
Like 87. Not. You
87.
didn't give a range. You said 87.
I got a straight dick. I
You
can't-
got a
Honestly,
you got a
I'd-
protractor at home?
I'd
It's-
probably be around there, 80, 85 to 90.
I got no weird bends or anything in it, so
Yeah.
there's think straight out. That's what it looks like.
I'm probably
I'm definitely
slightly above the 90-degree line, probably. Yeah, I'm probably around 84.
Like this.
Yeah, exactly. Just like exactly.
What the fuck is wrong with
I
your
don't
finger?
have quite a
Yeah.
dip in my penis like you do in your finger, but
Hold up.
it's
Oh,
not
it
too-
locks a little bit. I gotta pop
That's
that.
usually what happens.
Oh my
yeah.
God! What is wrong with your finger?
I broke it like 6 times.
Okay.
First time ever, dodgeball. I went to go fucking throw a ball in a kid's hand. Like
So you're the reason we can't play dodgeball in school anymore.
I didn't cry about it. I went home. I sucked that shit up until I got
At least
home.
you got home
You
early.
finished the match.
Oh no! You
The worst
stayed
part
a
is
little
I had a baseball game that night. I remember telling my dad, like, Dad, I'm pretty sure I broke my finger today at school and it was like swollen. He's like, Nah, well, I think it looks all right. I went out there. My first at bat, right when I tapped the ball, I just instantly dropped my bat and just started crying. I
Oh
went back to
my
the dugout.
God.
I was like, it's definitely broken.
bit. That sucks. I've never broken a finger. I wouldn't want to. So
Yeah, right.
that's all the facts. We're all good.
Yeah.
All right,
Should we
boys.
wrap it
What a
up?
what a fucking awesome episode.
It was a great episode. Yeah.
Let's shout out Al. Let's give him a clap.
Yeah,
Thank you for being on.
Thank you guys for having me. I loved it.
Yeah, it was
Love
By
awesome.
the way,
back if
hey,
you
if
have me.
you guys are free, he's at Benchwarmers. Go get that man some good tips.
Come
you know,
give me your money.
Best bartender in
Good
fucking Jefferson
conversation.
I
County
get
for
you
Yeah,
nice
sure.
absolutely.
and drunk.
exactly.
Yes, for sure.
Be a good time.
It's a great time. Connie, you want to spit out the handles and we'll end this thing.
Yeah. All right. Twitter, Goose Podcast. Instagram, Goose Gang Podcast. SoundCloud, Goose Gang Podcast. And YouTube, Goose Gang Podcast. And we haven't made any TikToks yet,
but we have a TikTok account. Goose.
Oh, I got some content that we can make on.
We
there,
have been
boys.
talking about it. I don't want
And
to
you
put
make
the
some
ideas out on the
funny ones. Yeah,
podcast,
don't-
but we
yeah,
do
yeah.
have some good ones. So
Yeah.
hopefully those will be coming. We'll see how adventurous we're feeling.
Yep.
But we'll see.
I think we just jump both feet in. Fuck it.
You got to go
I think it'll be hilarious.
Balls
honestly.
first.
Yeah.
for sure. So we'll do that. Brant, what do they say?
It goes a little something like this. They say, "Join the flock or suck our cock."
Damn right. Thanks for everyone that's listening.
Hey.
We love you. And Connor's mom. Thank you.
GG's in the fucking chat.